So I'm going to show you how to make an origami dove. First, you take your piece of paper and you put the printed side down, like thus. Then you want to sort of rotate it so it's kind of like in the shape of a diamond. Then you take the bottom part and you're going to fold it in half. So you take the bottom part and you bring it up to the top part. And you want to make sure everything's lined up nicely. And you make a crease at the bottom. And one thing with origami is the creases are really important because you're going to use them as guidelines. So make sure you really emphasize that crease. Press it down. All right, then you're going to fold this triangle in half. So you're going to take the left side and fold it onto the right side. So you're folding it in half, again, being really careful about lining everything up and making a really strong crease. So emphasize that crease, just go over it a couple of times. Okay, then you're going to unfold it. So it just basically looks like a triangle with a crease in it. Then you want to take the bottom part of your triangle and fold it up about 1/3 of the way. It's not critical exactly how far up you fold it, but you do want to line up this middle crease. So again, you're going to crease it at the bottom. Crease it strongly at the bottom and make sure it's lined up in the middle. And it sort of looks like a little hat at this point. Okay, then you're going to turn it over. And then you're going to fold the top layer down. Now this part is actually kind of important, how far down you fold it. So you want to take it down about, I'd say 1/4 of an inch from this edge right here. And I'll turn it around in just a minute to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So again, line up your middle creases. Make another nice crease with this one. And you can see, so from this point here up to the top edge here is, about 1/4 of an inch on both sides. Okay, then you're going to rotate this 90 degrees. Then you're going to take the top part and you're going to fold it in half so it meets the bottom part. And again, make sure you really do a nice job lining up your edges as best as you can anyway. And lining up, this is actually even more important than the bottom part, is lining up this part here, the front and the back, so that they meet, because those will be pretty noticeable if they're not pretty perfect. All right, you may have to play with it a little bit, don't rush, there's no hurry to making these lovely doves. All right, and again, just make sure your crease is strong. A little bit off on that edge there. It's a little bit better. Okay, so make your crease nice and strong. And now you can see we've got sort of the front and the back of the dove. Now we're going to fold up the wings. And this you can play a little bit. You can either kind of put them up at 90 degrees, or you can put them over to the side a little bit so they look looks more like they're flying a little bit more. And you just sort of bring it up. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. And I will show you what it looks like in just a moment. Okay, so the wings should hopefully kind of meet in terms of how far back you're pulling them. So looks like this. Again, this is going to be your head, this is going to be your tail. And now this is probably the most complicated part, but even it's not very complicated. You're going to fold down and make the beak. So here's your head. So what you do, this is called inverse fold. So you sort of, I'm going to turn it towards the camera here. You want to sort of push this front part down along the fold. And you're going to be pushing it in maybe 1/2 of an inch. And you push it down so you can kind of see. And then you're going to fold it like that. So you have this little beak that has now been formed by pushing in the middle. Again, I'll do that one more time so you can see it. So I had it like this, just like it was, and I pushed down the top of the triangle. And I kind of put my fingernail in that little crease area. And that sort of gives it, I guess it's kind of a 45-degree angle there at the head, and you see a little beak pops out at the bottom when you do that. Okay, and now the very last thing, and this is sort of an optional thing, but it just makes the dove look a little bit more professional, is we're gonna kind of square off the bottom part here. So I'm gonna take this side and I'm gonna fold it under, just so it sort of looks a little bit nicer. We don't have quite so much sticking out at the bottom there. You can kind of see how I've just sort of folded it in there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Sort of folding it under. And this is what it looks like if you opened it up. You just kind of a little bit fold it under on both sides. And then if I close it up and finish it up, you have a perfect little dove.